I can't begin to tell this guy, look, here's what I do, man. I get up in the morning and I pray.
Yes, amen.
Yes.
I eat my lunch, I pray. Every now and then I'll get the hankering to fast and I'll pray.
Amen.
He said, you really believe in this thing, don't you? I said, well, I believe in it as much as you believe in your business. I believe in it as much as you love your wife. I said, I believe in this. This is my life, man.
Yes.
Amen.
He said, well, you think, we went on and went a whole bunch of conversation, and I was never more pricked about how hungry people really are. They're looking for something and they just don't know where to look.
That's right.
And brother, as I caught the end of Brother Marlowe's message today about how what he was preaching about, it even pricked me more about being able and willing to open and be a willing vessel for Jesus,
yes,
and let my light shine, because somebody wants Jesus to lift them from where they were at.
Yes.
Because I am so glad that Jesus lifted me. I could have been sitting in a cold, dark place tonight, but I'm not.
Amen.
Jesus lifted me.
Yeah.
Jesus lifted me. Picked me up from where I was and put me where I am today.
Amen.
Nobody else done it. Nobody else can do it.
That's
Nobody.
right.
Nobody. So this guy says to me, he had the St. Pete Times right there, and he grabs the paper and he goes, well, look at these people. They don't have a place to live. I said, yes, sir. I said, they don't. And it's sad. He said, so you telling me Jesus can give me work? I said, well, he can give you work, but he wants something in return.
Amen. That's right.
And he said, well, that's everything. Everybody wants something in return. You know, he was just steady coming to all this. Well, finally, at the end of this conversation, he said, hey, man, every time I'd come at you with something, you'd come back at me with a good answer. He said, you have not been at one time in this conversation, said, do you know he said, don't you know we're in recession? I said, I hear it, but I don't believe it. He said, hey man, I want what you got. He said, give me your phone number. So I gave this guy my phone number, my name, my business card, all of that stuff. So I told him, I said, hey man, we can go around the corner over here. I said, I said, it's kind of weird sometimes. I said, but if you want, we'll step around this corner right here and we'll pray, and I'll lead you to the Lord right here. And well, wait a minute now, he says, just give me a little bit of time. He says, I'll get with you, he says, on the rest of this, but you have touched me here today.
Amen.
But I said, look man, I didn't do nothing for you. All I can tell you is, it's worth it for me. So I'm so glad that Jesus lifted me.
Amen.
Because I have somebody that at midnight, when I'm bound
Yes.
and I'm shackled,
Yes.
that I can praise the Lord.
Amen.
That I can sing songs at midnight and say, I'm so glad that somebody lifted me. And aren't you glad that somebody lifted you tonight? Aren't you glad you have a reason to shout? Aren't you glad you can be here tonight and worship God in spirit and in truth and be free from the chains that could have bound you but don't bind you? You're here tonight able to worship God.
Yes, we are.
I'm thankful for it. And I give him praise. I just wanted to testify. I didn't have a whole lot of prayer. I just wanted to testify. I've never really in my life had anybody talk to do that. I don't have stuff like that happen to me. That happens to people like Brother Sean and Brother Marlowe and people like that. It don't happen to say stuff like me. But I wanted to thank God that I was able to be a willing vessel.
Yes.
Because I know one of these brothers got a burning message that's going to fire this place apart here in a minute. But I just wanted to testify and tell you, church, that I love God. And I'm glad I'm saved. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that Jesus lifted me. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad Jesus lifted you. We're here worshiping together. They haven't closed our doors yet. They can't close our doors because Jesus lifted us. Let's give the Lord a praise. Let's lift him higher tonight. Let's lift him up tonight.